thank you so much for watching. My name is Marina. My husband Chris and I are building a house in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're going to be documenting and filming as much of the process as we can. If you would like to follow along, go ahead and hit subscribe and watch our journey. We are so excited. We finally pulled the trigger and decided to build a house. So I wanted to kind of document the journey and do like week by week progress on the build and just kind of film videos so we have like a memory of the whole process. So when we were deciding that we're like, oh, let's buy a house, we were looking at existing homes, we were looking at new construction, we were looking at, everything. Different neighborhoods, all that. And we started our journey like just walking through model homes, obviously, just like at all the pretty, perfect, beautiful homes. And we didn't really think much about like, oh, let's just build. We never like went there first. We just thought we would buy an existing home. But the more we toured model homes and stuff, we really thought that like, oh, it's in our budget. It is actually like feasible. We are still like living in this apartment for the next 5 months, I think. So we still have like a timeline where we're not like needing a house right now. So the timeline of the build like really worked out for us because it typically takes, this is just ballpark, like 6 months to build a house the way that we're doing it. So it was like fit in our timeline, and we loved the like newness of it. We're not project people. We didn't want to move into a house and worry about the hot water heater breaking or replacing the roof, all those added expenses that come along with home ownership. So this is our first home, and we are so excited to get started on the building process. And we just wanted to document it all and take video evidence of like what we kind of are going through. So when we first decided that we wanted to build, we, like anybody right now, I guess, we decided to go on YouTube and search like how to build a home or what do you need to know about the home building process. And there wasn't a ton of content out there. So I thought that it would be awesome to kind of document it for ourselves, and then if it helps someone else out as well, that would be great too. But we are going to try to document as much as we can along the process. So I just will tell you a little bit about what our process has been so far. So obviously we went and found the model home, and we found a builder that we liked, which was a process as well. So in Texas, there are all these neighborhoods that are just new construction neighborhoods, and there's a ton everywhere. So we really had to figure out which neighborhood we liked the best. We were toying between 2 different ones. Basically, it just boiled down to location for us. The school district is always something good to look at when you're choosing a neighborhood, obviously. Even if you don't plan on having kids, I think it is still important because it really tells a lot about like the neighborhood. If the schools are good, that means typically reflects on how the neighborhood is going to be. So we were looking at the school district, we were looking at the amenities that the community offers. The location of the neighborhood we chose to build our house in is a very new, up and coming area, so we thought it'd be good for home value, and it has a ton of growth happening. So it's just in phase 1. So in Texas, how they build the housing developments, you have phase 1 where you concentrate on 500 houses, and then you build out. You like pace yourself, I guess, so you don't build it all at once. So currently our neighborhood looks like a cornfield, and it will get, or farm field, and it will get plowed, roads constructed, houses all constructed. So we are in the phase 1 group. Our house will be in phase 1, and then they are starting on phase 2 starting in January. So phase 2 is coming shortly. But our process was we chose that neighborhood finally, and then we were toying between all the builders. So typically the neighborhood has anywhere from like 3 to 7 builders in it, and they all have like different prices. So if you see a neighborhood advertised, and it's like homes from the 250s and up or whatever. So like the 250 builder, the 250 price point is a certain builder, and then you just go up from there. So we, our neighborhood, we just chose something that fit for our budget, and we looked at all the builders in the neighborhood, and then we kind of boiled down to like what we could actually afford, because obviously there was really nice houses too that probably wasn't in the cards for us right now, which is totally fine. It's our first home. So we kind of eliminated some of the cheaper houses, and then obviously the most expensive house, and we kind of picked the 2 or 3 builders in that category where we could fit for our budget. So we picked those 3 builders, and we just really talked to the person that works at the model home, like the sales rep or whatever that works for that builder, and they'll give you a list of like everything that's included in the home, what is like standard or what comes standard, and it just kind of boils down to like which floor plan you like, which builder gives you like the best vibe, honestly. Like the builder that we did go with, we loved the lady that works for them. She's so sweet, and the floor plan just was perfect for us. I mean, when it came down to it, we were really going between 2 builders, and the builder we did choose, the floor plan was perfect. It's a little big, but it's just perfect for, I think, like for us. And then obviously we were thinking down the road of resale too. We didn't want to just build a home that's perfect for us because it is our first home, and it's probably not going to be our forever home. We wanted to build something that was like good for resale in the future too. So we chose to go with the builder because of the floor plan, really, and then also what came standard in the list price. So like when you build a house, there's not much wiggle room on price as far as like negotiating. Versus building like an existing home, you have that like negotiating power. But with a new build, pretty much the price is as is. There is like negotiating in what you could get thrown in extra, just like, so our builder at the time that we purchased, they offered an incentive to use in the design center. So we went into the design center with X amount of dollars that we could use to, you know, make our house look all fancy and nice. So that was like a nice incentive for us that made choosing that builder also way easier. Obviously the other builder we were going with, we didn't like fall in love with a certain floor plan, so we were kind of already hesitant. And then the stuff that came standard, like for example, like tankless water heater, that came standard, no additional charge in the builder we chose. However, with the other builder, we had to pay for that if that's what we wanted. So kind of like if you're going through this process, what comes standard is like what's free or what's included in the price. So, and then that obviously was also in the design center that came in a lot, like what comes standard, what's the level 1 or what's included in the house price, and then you can upgrade from there. But so we just honestly picked the builder that we did based on the build. Like their quality seemed really good, of the materials that they used. They were just really transparent and like honest with us, so we really appreciated that honesty, and it seemed like a great sound investment for us at the time. So once we went ahead and decided the floor plan, or first of all decided the builder and then decided the floor plan, it boiled down to what lot we could build that floor plan on. So certain lots are like mapped out for certain house sizes. So our house will be approximately 2,500 square feet, and that had to fit on certain lots. Also in Texas, the neighborhoods have, probably other places as well, but normally in an HOA community, the neighborhood will have like repetition rules, so you can't have like 7 black and white houses of the exact same floor plan right in a row. You have to have some variety so that the neighborhood looks unique, right? So that also, the repetition also decided what lot we could choose for our floor plan. So once we saw those options, actually it worked out perfectly that the lot that we had our eye on, that we kind of wanted, before we even knew if it was available or if it was an option, The lot that we wanted was actually available for our floor plan, and it was just like the perfect lot. It overlooks a park, and it's just really cute. Like the houses next to it are adorable, and it just seems like a great spot for our house to be. So then we decided our lot, and we had the salesperson write up paperwork and a contract, or semi-permanent contract, to say that we want this lot and we want this house and we want this builder, this floor plan, lot, all of that. So we also, with that came a deposit that you had to put down when you signed those papers, and depending on the builder, they all have different deposit requirements. Just like depends on what builder you go with to see what deposit is. So we went ahead and signed the paperwork, gave our deposit, and then that lot was ours. Around and waited for the permits to get approved, and finally we got an email from the builder saying, let's meet again and go over all the blueprints really in depth of where you want your electrical outlets, where you want, X, Y, and Z, with the general contractor that was assigned to our house. So we met with him, super friendly, super great, just a laid back meeting of, this are your blueprints, are you sure, are you sure, are you sure? And then we broke ground. So that is about so far where we're at in the building process, and we're just waiting to move on to the next steps. So the ground is broke, and they're laid some plumbing lines, and we are so excited to see the next steps and hopefully film as much as we can and track this process.